Hello, hello. Just give me a few seconds here, guys. I just have to make sure my camera's in the right spot. You know how things go with lives, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, give me a second to pull up my screen here in front of me so that I can actually see your comments. Da-da-da-da. Let me see, let me see. There's our pattern paper. 1 second here. Where are you? Sorry, I was having trouble getting the live started. It didn't like my initial title. Of course. Okay. Let's see. Just have to pull it over to my other screen here. Hello, hello. And let's actually see what we're looking at here. Okay. If you're joining me, please come in and introduce yourself and tell me where you're from. All right. I'll show you a couple of things on... Oh, I'm shutting out my lights. Actually, you know what? That's not too bad. Okay. Sorry for the glare. It's just my plastic pieces here. So this is the potted collection of pattern papers. And the nice thing that Catherine does with her pattern paper products is she lists all of the colors that she uses within the papers. So listed at the bottom, it says goes great with Do-Si-Do, Bellini, Orange Twist, Flame, Catching Rays, Melon Ice, In the Park, Mardi Gras, and of course the Valencia Sequence Mix, which was also released, or is going to be released with this pack. And it's a bunch of really pretty oranges and peachy colored sequins. And there's even the cutest little tiny flower sequins within here. Let's see if I can get... So there's these teeny little cupped little flowers that make the cutest shaker bits. Yeah, I think there's even some small beads in there as well. So they're really, really pretty, and they go really well with this pattern paper. So that's another product that's in this particular bundle. And of course, this is the color palette. So all of those colors that I just listed are right here, these 8. This is the Plant Stand Slimline die. This is magnificent. And of course, you can use this on smaller cards. You're just not going to have the width because it does actually cut down the edges. It does have a cutting edge all the way around. It'll fit a complete top of a traditional slimline card. So just know that. And then I have... Where is it? Where is it? I thought I have everything out for you guys today. And of course, included in this set, and I'm going to need a backer. 1 second. Is the Kitties. And this stamp set is called Just Roll With It. So it has 5 kitties, 3 little tiny leaf bits, and 3 sentiments. Sorry, 4 sentiments. Excuse me. And this is just adorable. And of course, it comes with a coordinating die set if you wish to purchase that. It also comes in the bundle. So I've already pre-cut ahead of time a whole bunch of kitties stamped in midnight ink. So yeah, so let's make a card. All right, let's try to incorporate our pattern paper, our slimline die, our inks, and our stamp set. Sound good? All right. Oh, I have a... All right, so let's just put these off to the side for the moment. So So I'll set those on my lamp. Let's see. Let's die cut a piece of this first. I'm going to use a piece of Catherine Pooler's Premium White cardstock, and it is my favorite cardstock. If I'm going to be up with any of her inks, it's just magnificent. Her inks blend so well on this paper, and actually really like it for Copic coloring too. It's nice, smooth, really white paper. So we're just gonna put our die on, trying to position it properly here. I'm going to use, I always keep my masking pieces because I always use them to hold my dies down. So let's die cut this piece. And I'm just using a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of white paper because I'm only going to make an A2 sized card. So let's put this aside. Okay. So I am going to pop all these out. I don't know if it's going to cooperate with me today or not. This is just a Spellbinders. I think they're called 2-in-1. 2-in-1. And I don't know where the pokey end went to my tool. I don't know if it's inside here or not. Oh. There it is. Yeah, so let's put that back in. Because that's really handy to have. So just going to poke out all of just our little white pieces. I think I need to put a new cutting pad in my Big Shot because it's just not making proper contact. Normally the die would just make beautiful work of this job, but it just wasn't cooperating today. That's okay. We're just going to be a little extra persuasive on our pieces here. I also use my tweezers to do this job. I have fine pointed tweezers that work really well for doing this. They just need a little extra coaxing out. That's okay though. Not sure if you guys saw today's live event with Catherine and Erica. They were on Catherine Pooler Designs Facebook page not that long ago. She was working with more of the at-home collection, and there's a whole variety of different products with that. So isn't that pretty? Such a simple design. It looks great tone on tone, so white on white or even black on gray or something like that would look fabulous. Okay, let's get the card base here. I'm gonna pull out more CP Premium White cardstock. And I always work on card fronts outside of, because I like a heavier base on my cards, like my card base. So I make my card base out of 110-pound paper plus this is like specialty paper to me, so I savor it. So I like to use my cheaper 110-pound for my card bases. So there. So when you do a tone on tone, it looks really pretty because all you do is see the shadow, which is really cool. All right, well, let's do some ink blending. And we might go back to the pattern paper, I don't know. I really like the combination of oranges that are kind of put in these papers. So let's maybe use this combination of ink. Might make a really nice blended piece. So I'm just going to bring in a piece of scrap paper here. And I keep my off prints from my printer. And that's what I use them for, because why waste paper, right? And then I can ink them up and they can go to the recycle. Just put a little bit of tape on the back just to hold that down to my paper. And then we're going to bring in some blending brushes here. Catherine Pooler has 2 different sizes, which is really nice. And so this is the smaller, and then there's the larger. Both are very, very useful. I'm just going to bring in 1 blending brush for each of these. So let's do a gradient. Why not, right? Okay, so we're going to start with Catching Rays. So I want a fairly substantial amount of ink down. So it's just a matter of being patient when using your brushes. You know, make sure your ink pad is nice and juicy. Always a great idea to buy those CP ink refills when you purchase your inks. Because of the nature of the pad surface, these are not linen pads like most typical ink pads have been. So you just have to be aware that you have to be a little extra careful. I tore one of my pads the other day just by accident with the corner of my paper, which is bizarre. So you just want to get a good application of ink down. Isn't that such a pretty orangey yellow? If your pads are super inky, you want to start kind of off your paper and work in. Otherwise, you might get brush marks. So just be aware of that. So there's our Catching Rays. Let's work with our Bellini next. This is such a pretty color. I would share with you the cards that I made using this really cool bundle today, but they're all in Catherine's office. So I sent them all to her instead of keeping any for myself. But that's okay. I had fun with the kitties because they're my favorite. I'm a kitty mom. I don't know about you guys. Are you a kitty parent? They're my babies. I have a really sucky male orange tabby. His name is Marley, and he loves to sleep with me at night. Actually, he's still in my bed as we speak right now because I left the mattress heater on, so he's taking advantage of that today, even though it's fairly warm here in Medicine Hat today. All right, let's go on to our orange twist. Hi, Mariska. Thank you. Thanks for coming and joining me. How's your day going today? Are you getting crafty or are you just hanging out at home? Or you're being a naughty girl and you're at work watching? We're just making a really fun kind of orange ombre, sort of. It's not really an ombre because we're not really going from lightest to darkest. You're a kitty mom too? Aww. Aw, you have two little girls? That's nice. I have a little girl too. She is a calico tabby. Yeah, she actually has lines like a tabby, but she's a calico. So she's got splotchies kind of underneath and calico mixed in, which is kind of odd. Yeah, she's my talkative girl. So we've gone on to Flame. Flame is like this dark, rich, reddish orange. And of course, that's all comparative as far as what you kind of put your colors next to as to how they kind of show up. Because you can have a red orange like this one and you put it next to a yellow and it looks a lot more red. So we're just having fun making our ombre-ish. It's almost like a sunset. I'm hanging on the couch. Ooh, you're 7 p.m. Okay, see, it is just before lunch, so it's 11:20 a.m. for me. Did you work today, Mariska? Or did you get to hang out at home today? Really want to get a little bit more color in. Oh, there we go. And that's what happens when you don't start your brush off of the paper. But, you know, I'm okay with that. We'll just see if we can darken in and blend that a little bit more. We'll come in with our orange twist again, I think, and blend that out. And you know what? That's the risk of adding color. But you know what? Isn't that what we're all here for? Is just the fun? Okay, let's go back to our orange twist here. Let's see if we can darken it. I wonder if my orange twist pad needs a little bit of inky love because it's not super juicy. I don't think I've inked it in a long time. There we go. And so we're going to put our die cut panel over top of this. So we're going to hide a lot of the streakiness, like this patch in here. The beauty of crafting. Oh, are you in holidays, Mariska? Okay, so let's peel this off. Okay, I'm going to take the tape off the back of this panel. It just makes it easier to work with. It's not going to stick to my table if I take the glue off. Okay, so this is just ATG runner, and I'm just peeling it off with my fingers because it will peel off generally without ripping the paper. I like this stuff for just repositionable adhesive because it works well. All right, so, oh, look at that. Is not fun. Okay, I'm liking that so far. And look, you can't see my bloob. All right, let's give this a little adhesive love on the back. I'm going to use the Barely Arts glue. This glue is also sold in the CP shop. Once we're done live, I will link all the products that I used today down below, as well as the CP shop. All of these inks are currently in stock in the CP shop. We do have date night inks in mini pad form coming on sale tomorrow. So if you're interested in the minis, those go in the shop tomorrow. All of these colors are currently active in the shop. No new actual colors, just size of ink pads for this release, but we do have new colors coming. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. I want a little inkle of color on that side too. Like super simple. The nice thing with a wet adhesive is you still have a little play time with it, so you can kind of finagle it into where you need it. Holidays, oh yay, that's nice. Yeah, there, so that's something fun, and I think we're a little bit of hang over on the top. I'm going to do just a tiny bit of trim, and this is just because it's going to bug me. So I always trim from the back because you can use the edge of your cardstock as your guide. So that way everything is lined up. Okay, there we go. All right. I know you're going to love this cover plate. I think it would be, now, it'd be very time consuming to paper piece into this. Like, make a sheet maybe even like this, and then paper piece all the pieces in to make one flat piece of paper. A lot of work, but it would be fun. All right. Are you a mini collector, Mariska? That's one thing I never invested in was the minis. I just figured that I didn't really need them. It was one thing more to store and to maintain. And I'm looking for my bag of kitties. I've lost my kitties. I've lost my kitties. I don't know where my bag of kitties went. I just have them here. Wow. This is impressive, guys. Seriously, where did my bag of kitties go? That's odd. I didn't put them back in my... Okay, this is strange. I only have so many places on my desk. I don't know about you guys. And they're all together in a... Well, it doesn't help that it's a clear bag either. Seriously, what did I do with them? I may have to stamp new kitties for you guys. I'm thinking I'm going to have to stamp new kitties. Well, that's kind of silly. All right. I don't know if this is all. This, when I'm working on a particular set, lately what I've been doing is putting all of my stamps... This one has to be fixed. On one panel. So all I do is like, this is just a 4 1/4 by 8.5 inch regular card front. And I typically cut down a whole series of Catherine Pooler paper to work with. So it's like a grab and go situation. And so I stamp a panel of stamps all at once. And for some reason, this piece of paper has been giving me grief. So I tried to tape it into place, but for some reason, it has been naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. You watch. I'll stamp these, and then I'll find the darn bag full of kitties. I don't think it's on the floor. So we're just going to put in a piece of cardstock like right over top of this. Normally what I would do is I would slip in all my die cuts into those voids there and stamp them like that. But we're not going to do that today apparently. I am going to use my magnets are having fun. Okay. So I'm going to use Memento ink. It's my go-to stamping ink for Copic markers because that's what I'm going to color them with today. It's just always been my go-to. I know our Midnight Ink Catherine Pooler is Copic safe. I know that for a fact. I have used it before. But I do not like the way it stains my stamps. And I would rather be able to see through my stamped images. If you've ever seen some of Catherine's specific stamp sets, some of them are so black you can't even see through them. And I can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't know why. All right, Mariska, which kitty would you like to put on the card today? You get to pick the kitty. And I'll even send you the card. How about that? So there's 5 to choose from. So there's the spotty pot. There's the empty pot. There's the striped kitty. There's the peeking kitty. And there's like the tabby kitty. So which kitty would you like on your card that I will send you because you're here today? Which card would you like? Or which kitty would you like? You watch. I'll find those kitties. They've escaped. My kitties have escaped. Which kitty do you want, Mariska? I think he's my favorite. Actually, they're all my favorite. What am I seeing? The peeking kitty. Okay. He is definitely cutesy tootsy. Okay. Now, over on Stamp Nation, if you are a Stamp Nation member, I do actually have a chart. It's the naughtiest one. I like your thinking, girl. I do have a Copic chart that matches all of the inks for Catherine Pooler, including our 3 new ones. So if you're a Copic colorist and you like to match your inks, I do have that over there to use as a reference. Okay, let's start with the leaves. I'm going to start with the leaves here. We don't have any green on the card, so I can kind of go rogue with my green. Okay, we're going to make this coloring really, really simple. So I'm going to put down a base color. Okay, I'm just going to leave a tiny, tiny bit of a white outline on the leaf, just because I can. This is, sorry, I have a habit of not putting my caps up because it's just not a habit I have gained. Let me see if I can pull you guys in just a little bit closer here. I don't know if I can get this to there. I think that's a little bit closer for you guys. If you're here viewing on the replay, thanks for coming in and joining me today. I just thought I would come and color and create with you guys today. I am a colorist. That is my true love when it comes to creating. So anytime that Catherine makes an image that I can color, and of course, I'm kind of a Copic addict. So I do love using my Copics, but of course you can use Catherine Pooler inks to color in your images. They absolutely work fabulously for that. Oh, no problem, Mariska. I like to provide resources like that, especially if you're a Copic newbie or a Catherine Pooler ink newbie. Having a resource like that is kind of nice. All right, so this is just a G24. And I'm just kind of giving each of these leaves veins, sort of. These 2 colors are pretty similar. So I'm just really, really easy, just a flicking. This one is a little bit smaller leaf, so you just kind of have to stick it in there. I am going to go 1 shade darker just because I want a little bit more contrast. So we're going to go a G28. And this Copic is definitely got some contrast, let me tell you. I use this one a lot for shadows. So you're not even going to see the G24 in there. And what's fun about these leaves is that they're so open for interpretation. So if you are a plant lover and you have a specific plant that you would like these to mimic, have fun. You can add all kinds of patterns or veining or coloring. There's so many exotic just leaves out there. You have like wicked fun with this. I mean, this is, you want to make it your own. Okay, Mariska, what color are your kitties? That green is really blown out. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right, Mariska, what color are your kitties? Do you have patterned kitties, or do you have one-colored kitties, or do you have multicolored kitties? I like doing Persian kitties. I think their coloring is so cool. Okay, until Mariska lets me know what her kitties are, let's go and color in our beautiful pot here. And now I'm going to cheat. I'm going to bring in my Copic Hex Chart. This is by Sandy Allnock. Your kitties are... Oh, she's keeping me in suspense. This is the Copic Hex Chart by Sandy Allnock. You can go and purchase this from her store and print it out on your favorite Copic paper and then color in your inks. So I have 99% of the Copics. I think I'm missing 2 of the colors and a few of the neutrals. Look, I think I'm missing 2. I've just, for 15 years, I haven't even bothered. I just never needed them, apparently. Okay, so what we want to do is match our ink. Let's pull in our background. So Y17 is a pretty darn good match. Or Y30, Y35. Let's start with the Y35. I think it's a little bit more on the oranger side. So let's see. We'll start by doing, almost looks like a mountain range. Really, right there. We'll do the lower triangles too. Carry. Oh, like tortoise colors, dark brown and peachy. Ooh, and a gray, white, and black stripes. Oh, very cool. All right. Okay, let me think on that one. Okay, Bellini. Bellini is somewhere, I think it's like a YR01. So we'll color in. Might have to go one more. Hang on, that's not quite enough contrast. I'm gonna go a YR02. It's a little tiny bit darker. There we go. And let's see. Our beautiful flame color is probably YR09. Not peachy. Oh, like a salmon color. Okay, I get you. All right. Oh, that's nice. I love those oranges. It's almost desert colors. It's kind of what it reminds me of. I wonder if we can get that last little orange twist color for the other 2 bands here. YR12 looks pretty close. Let's do that for the top and bottom. And this time I'm going to leave a little tiny bit of a highlight on the pot, just in those 2 areas. And it makes it just sort of slightly look rounded. So just by leaving those tiny, tiny, tiny little white gaps, the shine per se, makes that look a little bit rounded, even though it's very, very flat in coloring. Like there's no shading or anything like that. Okay, so torty colors. So dark brown and salmony, or gray, white, and black. All right, let's go gray, white, and black because he's pretty cute. All right, I'm gonna go neutral grays here. Thanks. Okay, N4. So, oh, my N4 is fairly dry. Let's not do N4. Let's do N3. That's one. And we want to go a little bit darker, so let's go an N7. And it's very, very deep dark black. Okay, so let's start with the N3. And I wonder if your kitty is striped. So I'm going to start with my orange kitty kind of has tone-on-tone stripes. And he has kind of like these lines that go down his forehead and kind of point towards his nose, sort of. And he has them on his cheeks. And my husband just walked in the door for some odd reason. He's got... Alright. Let's see, how am I going to incorporate the black? Oh, I know. Okay. I'm going to do gray stripes, and then we're going to put a little contrast of black on top. And my Marley, my orange tabby, he has stripes kind of that go down. And stripes are really easy. You just have to kind of skip your marker. They're never going to be, you know, your cat doesn't go to the store and get a stencil put on him for color. So it's okay that they are jaggedy and uneven because, you know, nature's like that. So we're just going to give him uneven stripes, right? Yeah. Yeah, M stripes. That seems to be popular, doesn't it? So we're going to take our darker neutral, and this is an N7. And we're just going to kind of overlap the gray this time. You can still see that lighter gray, but it's just subtle, right? Just settle behind. I couldn't imagine my life without my kitties. They're my babies, because my 16-year-old is no longer my baby. He doesn't want to be a mama's boy anymore. Not that he ever was, but... Oh, and you know what? I'm not even going to do any shadows on him. He's just cute the way he is. Alright, now, dies. And I'm going to be mad if I can't find my dies. So whenever I get a die set from Catherine Pooler, let's see if I can go a little bit out again. Out! I use magnetic photo paper from the dollar store. And I just cut out a panel and I put all of my intricate dies on it. This set happens to be still in its package. So, and that's kind of the way I set up my stamps too, so that I could do this. It just makes it super, super fast if I can get it to line up today. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Come on, guys. No, it's not going to. That's okay. When in doubt, cut it out. So we're just going to cut our little peeking fella out. Okay. And just making sure that everything is nicely edged. Oh. And my strip doesn't want to come off. And of course my die would move. I'm sure you guys have the same issues as I do. Okay. There we go. And I'll just die cut them off to the side here. If I can get my whole thing. Alright, 1 second. Die machine was not ready. Alright, 2 seconds, guys. And there's the kitty. So cute. Gotta love matching dies. Okay. So we have our kitty. So cute. Let's see if we can pull just a tiny bit of pattern paper in. We have this really cool stripe in here. So this one. Let's see if I can find a piece of our stripe here. Where did you go? I know you're in here. Okay, we gotta find a big piece. There we go. Alright, just a sliver. I'm gonna do a 1/2 inch piece. There we go. I don't know, does that match? The greens to me don't go. So we might forego that. And that's where sometimes if I go rogue on my coloring, it's not too bad. If I would have kind of thought I was going to go back to the pattern paper, I would have gone with greens that were more minty for the leaves. Just my personal thought. So you know what? I think we'll forgo that. Haha. Let's put a sentiment on this sucker. I like this Que Sera Sera. Okay. So this is just a scrap of CP Premium White. And let's go across kind of the card. So let's do sentiment more to this side. And, oh goodness. There we go. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to keep with the black. Oh, let's pop it up on a circle. That's a good idea. Okay, hang on one second. Let's do this in black. This is... I'm just going to use my VersaFine because it's closer to me than my midnight. My midnight is buried right now. Okay. Okay. So, what I was thinking is maybe we can put this kind of across the card and then we'll put the kitty kind of above that. And if I kind of put it right across those plant edges, then it'll kind of look even. How does that look? That looks all right. Okay. Okay. Couple of goes at the ATG. We'll kind of center that, cut off the edges. Okay, and then we'll put a little bit of foam on the kitty, on our cute little kitty. Go. A few more pieces here. This is my favorite foam tape because I can basically customize the size. Let's go down his tail and maybe do one more for his foot there. All right. Okay, and maybe his ear. I tend to use a lot of foam tape. I don't know about you guys. I'm kind of a foam tape lover. Okay. Darn. doesn't want to stick. Always on a live, I swear. I don't know about you guys, but I go live and like 10 things fudge up. Like losing the bag of kitties. Like, what the heck? I never have that happen to me in a non-live situation. No. Kitties are always where I left them. The minute I go live, my kitties disappear. All right. And you know what? Da, 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 da. Hooray! Such a simple card. But you know what? Creating is all about having fun and just doing the things that you love and coloring if you love to color or just stamping solid images. You know, you gotta do what makes you happy and don't let anybody ever tell you anything more, that you're doing anything wrong or anything like that. So just go and have fun and do what you love, because otherwise, what's the point, right? Thanks for joining me today. Either Mariska, thank you for joining me today. But thanks for joining me on the replay as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. And Mariska, PM me your mailing address and I'll mail you a kitty. Thanks for joining me today, guys. We'll hope to see you again soon. Bye.